Hello YouTube and welcome to Kingdom Rush. This is another one of my hopefully entertaining and informative one-off let's look at style videos, and this time it's Kingdom Rush, which is a fairly popular tower defense game. I say fairly popular because I have no clue whatsoever how popular it is, but Northernlion played it, so fairly popular. And I'll explain as we go in, because I can't think of much more to describe it than it's a really good tower defense game. And I've wanted to play it for quite a while, so I picked it up when it was in Humble Bundle. It's on Android and PC, but on Androids, and I've actually played quite a lot of it on Android. But I will have a look at this version, and you'll see the differences. I of course only downloaded this version so I could record. Speaking of which, recording at 60 frames per second seems to be capped at that, which is great. And that's just great. Each level has campaign mode, heroic mode, and iron mode. I've never completed my mission on heroic and iron mode, so obviously that adds quite a good added twist to those who want to play a bit more difficult of a level. And we will be, firstly let's get the assaults playing it. We'll be completing the first few levels here in this video, because it really does make a difference for a brain. What I'm trying to say here is, I'm stumbling over it poorly, but new anime, is that the game changes quite a bit within the first few levels. You don't get some of the really core features even until I think level 3 or 4. Right now it's just simple tower defense. You've got a gold count, you've got lives, and you can see there's a capturing amount of waves we will have to fight. So level 1, it's pretty much just, here's some towers, plonk them down, look, they kill the enemies. Now we see this power, which you will use constantly, would summon reinforcements. That's available every 10 seconds. You should absolutely spam that, and it's really useful for like stopping enemies in their tracks to give your turrets longer to attack them. Each tower is also upgradable, although not on level 1. You get bonus gold, as you saw there, for calling in a wave early. No, there wasn't any value in putting those guys there. I tried to show you about the strength of those guys, the basic farmers. They can kill a goblin, they're not really achieving much more than that, so you're just going to die pretty quickly for this work. You know, I might as well just call these in, they're not going to be too difficult. Here's a tip. Resist damage from those two, so I've got this armor, this mage tower. The towers do have quite a bit of variety. There's also these things, Dwarven Bombard. I just call it the artillery tower, but sure, we'll go with the official title here. It does a fair amount of damage, slow attacks, very useful if you upgrade it. I'd say that that one and the mage towers fully upgraded are just about the best in the game, with these militia being arguably most useful and definitely very important, because you kind of need them to stop the enemy's advancement. However, if there's more than 3, you will of course need help from either these guys or a hero, which we will find out about later on. Level 3, I think we'll complete first. Or maybe 4. You can see our archers, it shows some stats too. That increases massively with upgrading. 9 to 17 on these guys, slightly slower attacks. And these guys obviously very little damage. Their biggest thing is their biggest thing is obviously that they slow down the enemy. As you see, this one does that, and has a long cooldown, so that's second power. Which, if this is the same as the mobile version, will keep for a long time. I'm actually really liking this over the mobile version. It's got a much nicer UI, Well, it's not a huge change. See victory there, 3 stars. Like, this is different. I'm sorry, I expected it to load in there. The game may be frozen. Nope, there we go. That was weird. I'm gonna guess that was partially a bug, because it hasn't taken that long to load every other time. If we go back here now, you can see we've unlocked heroic difficulty, which doesn't allow you to use heroes, and you're only allowed to get upgrade to level 1. And this one, which doesn't allow 2 of the types of towers, and upgrades max for level 1 and no heroes. Now let's have a look at upgrades. See, these are very useful. Also, they look tiny compared to playing them on my tablet. So obviously, if you've got a 7-inch tablet and you're holding it close to your face, it appears bigger than a regular computer screen. So you see, because we got 3 stars on here, we now have 3 stars to spend here. Some items cost 2, some cost 1. I'm gonna get now, my first time I played this on mobile, I got salvage. But I tend not to use marksman towers much, so I'm gonna go with that one and that one. That one making the reinforcements I get to do more damage. Yeah, a little more damage and get additional health. And this is just an attack range thing. And you'll also see hero room. We have this guy when we unlock at stage 4. This one we unlock at stage 6. That's the farthest I've got on what do you call it? Mobile, yes. Unlock at stage 8. I should be getting him next time I complete a level. Also him, her, him, soon. So I assume this game is still being updated then. Right, level 2, I will show you a little bit more. Level 2 towers available, so here's the upgrading I was speaking about. Alright, so we've got enemies coming in from here, so it's probably best to put, say, mage tower here, and militia here. How much gold do I have left? 50, so I can't do anything. So the small towers cost 70 each, and so here's the tip. Surround militia, slow them down with militia, and surround that with ranged towers. Yeah, the small towers cost 70 and upgrades to genuine damage more, 160 for the first upgrade, but that takes it from 19 to 73 damage to 43 damage maximum. And this one gives them 3 to 4 damage instead of 1 to 3, and 100 health instead of 50. So what I may need to do here, if the mage tower doesn't get some of them, I might actually have to use reinforcements. Or I might not. As you see, I can now afford this tower. I think in that location I will place another mage tower, and down here I'll probably place artillery. So one good thing to do, if you've got a spare charge on your reinforcements, is to just stick them in with the regular militia, and they'll do a great job of just helping to slow them down. Because obviously the maximum of enemies that can be slowed down by your foot soldiers is equal to the amount of foot soldiers you have. So these 3, or these 5, you could say, if 6 enemies came along, 5 would engage in combat, 1 would keep going. We now have 112, so I will plant this here. We'll definitely place this here, and you know what, I will do this. There we go, easy. Almost no effort required. Now, sometimes at this level you think, well, a fast forward button would be great on this game. You will not need that. Other tower defense games I've seen sometimes with fast forward buttons. This is not one of those which requires such a thing. This game is very, very action based. Let's look at this new enemy. So wolf, fast, full health, kinda generic. It's given a bit of variety. Later on you get enemies which take a bit less damage, heal other soldiers, or maybe even fly sometimes, which is annoying. So you can only get attacked by, guess what, archers or mages. Also, gold income varies. Gold income is per hit. No, per kill, sorry. And you get free for these really little goblins, and a bit more for the orcs. Just specific because I'll be there. Right, so I can say upgrade this. Oh, that doesn't have confirmation. Ah, on the mobile version you have to hit that twice to confirm, which I can now see is a feature they added especially for the mobile version to stop people accidentally getting frustration tapping at tiny smartphone screens. Good thinking, guys. So anyway, yeah, it's funny that this was a lot more of a struggle like the first time around I played this. I've got like 2 hours more experience now. And I'm stopping them here rather than over here. Or here with the militia. So let's upgrade those, and now you can see we've got armor on them. And in fact, that is the guys that show on the front cover. So that's cool. Or the thumbnail on the store. Those guys kind of charging. I've never noticed that before. By the way, speaking of the store, this game is currently available for 59p on the App Store. Not the App Store at all, on which used to everything being made by Apple. It's on the Google Play Store. It's probably on the App Store as well. But I know it's definitely on the Google Play Store for 59p. And I would assume that's $1. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming it'll be about $1 if you are American. Well, I'm sure you could probably work that out. You know, you do have the internet. Unless you're watching this through some incredibly complex and unnecessary piracy scheme. It's not even a piracy scheme, it's a YouTube video. It's supposed to be free. Anyway, another victory, 3 stars. Let's continue. Please don't do the whole thing where you sit on this loading screen for 20 seconds-ish. No, good. First one was probably a bit of a bug. Now we'll show. Back to upgrades. That will become very valuable. Don't get it right now. This is very valuable. This turns into 5 meters. And you think, well, that's overpowered, but it's really not once you get to stronger enemies. And let's buy this one, because that will be very, very good indeed. And on to level 3, where we will no doubt receive more tutorial tips. And you're seeing a slight improvement, or a slightly more complexity in the level design here. This is, by the way, the exact same levels in the mobile game. I don't know if it's just the map screen that's different, or if this version maybe has more levels, because it was a bigger download. It was about 100 megabytes bigger on the PC. But that's probably just yeah, that's probably just due to, you know, being a PC game. They didn't really feel the need to compress it as much. It's probably got a few more features. Maybe even more heroes. You know what, let me launch. Oh, up to the side here, let me launch the game on mobile as well. Keep an eye on this one. Yep, there we go. Get my Humble Bundle app out. Find Kingdom Rush, launch. Alright, let me have a look. The game's taking forever here. Hero Room. Yep, there's the exact same. Guys, oh wait, that's weird. There's more. The guy where it should say soon, where it does say soon on PC, there is 4 who you get by completing the campaign. Let's go. I'm gonna upgrade this wizard tower as soon as I can. It's taking a while. Let's get in. There we go. And to give you an idea of the scale, these guys, how much upgrades actually matter, a fully upgraded wizard tower, and I say fully because there's like, this is the ultimate upgrade, and then there's this is the side upgrades kind of bit. The arcane tower, from which there is no more tower designs, there is only tower abilities. Oh shit, I missed him. Takes out those orcs in one shot. These guys. So now it's probably time for me to place another tower. I will place the archer tower to show you upgrading that. Always good to have variety, so I'll probably place a tower there if I have time before the lava lands. So the archer tower is really based on fast attacks, dealing physical damage. Although you could argue that this isn't especially fast, but it is when it's upgraded. You see they get slightly better, fire slightly faster, and do more damage. So that's quite good, I suppose. And that's all I can do right now with that. Can't do any more. I also like that the damage varies. Sometimes these guys one-hit the wolves, sometimes not. So they've got a damage of 23 to 43. These ones 7 to 11. Making the wizard tower amazingly more valuable in damage per second. You could see though, it's either 8 to 15, it's not that good. Also very slow. However, these ones, their big selling point, they do splash damage. Oh look, I got 3 extra gold. So they can actually do quite a lot to any sort of big group of enemies, like the goblins. Remember the big group of goblins that we killed at the start, or this one that's going to show up on this level. And there we have the new enemy in the next incoming wave, Shaman, who are a pain even in the later levels, because they heal both themselves and their allies, which just makes them horrifically better. I will try and show you the upgrade. See, this one is very much better when it's upgraded. 8 to 15 to 20 to 40. It's just fantastic. You cannot, there is no better value for upgrade gold. And here we have the new enemy. You can see it has high magic resistance, which means those mage towers that I've been relying on aren't going to work so well. And in fact, these soldiers and these archers are probably going to be doing the majority of the damage, along with this artillery. Well, he won't be doing anything unless they reach this area. Let's not pump down a couple more there to let the archers really get their fill. You see if you can see them healing at any point. This one will probably heal himself, I'd say. Yeah, there we go. So you can see they really heal themselves when they do. It's a big problem. What makes the game interesting? Just that adds a big other dimension to the game. Oh wait, there we go. Upgrades. You see, I think it adds increased damage range or something. Yeah, I think it does. Where none would have been injured before, now they are injured. See, most of this is maxed out. I really struggled with this level on mobile, believe it or not, which is a great indication. This is not a horribly easy game. Like, if you're just new to this game, this is a really good level of difficulty, and you might struggle with it, but you might get it. It doesn't feel overly challenging, but it requires thought. Now see, he's just one-hitting them all because I thought to upgrade him. It's not going to work forever because they still progress faster than he fires, because the game really did a good job balancing out his fire rate and damage. I'm going to move them over there and upgrade them. I just put them there really for the hell of it. I don't expect to lose at all. But after this level, or possibly the next one, I cannot remember whatsoever, I will get to show you the heroes, which is a very, very interesting side to the game. Really adds another dimension. I've already used that phrase. Really adds more to the game though. Here's the Ogre. And this is what caused me the problems on my first playthrough. Because I absolutely, for the life of me, could not defeat the Ogres until I went back into the hero. However, I believe I will do fairly well today. You see, you can click on each guy, see his health. That's new, the picture of them. That's not in mobile, I don't think. See their damage, see their armor, see how much lives they take away if they cross the area. You can see he's got, if the little goblins have, I can't click on them, so dying so fast. They have 20, the ogre has 800. So you see the enemies really do vary in difficulty quite hugely. And oh, am I glad I put them there now. And his attacks, so close. His attacks pretty much one hit the little farmers have got. In fact, if it wasn't for these guys being upgraded, then they would just die pretty stupidly. Also, that guy was called Up Air, this guy's called Willard. Yeah, they put in effort. They put in a lot of effort making sure that was there. I'm sure they put in a lot. They put in a bit of effort. And that was all that was needed, really. But like those guys there, they should just help slow advance. Help to slow is probably the best word. We're not going to stop it by any means. Because they are really like the one hits for the ogres. However, those guys get upgraded too. In fact, I believe they're not one hits anymore because I did upgrade them. And he's got to go down now, assuming the shaman doesn't start acting up. In fact, I might be going down now. My defense is ever so slightly crumbling. Let's put one of those, upgrade that, and we should be good. So I just quite simply haven't been bothering to place any more towers. But the last level on a map is always, not the last level on a map, the last wave on a level, it's going a bit small scale there, does tend to be a lot more difficult. And in fact, later on, only slightly later on, a few levels, you get a juggernaut at the end, who has 10,000 health and spawns all sorts of nasty little buggers, who are just kind of appear wherever he wants to spawn them on the map, and there's hundreds of them. And you see heroes, Sir Gerald. He is the first, and this really changes the game up. I'm going to unlock that. because they are awesome. Right, this is the first level I actually struggled on to the point where I had to go do it like 3 times to get 3 stars. So I get that, get a mage tower on each of these. Maybe split these evenly. Yeah, that should do. And I call these. But you see, we now have Gerald Lightseeker, who I can call over here, to wherever I want to go, and he will basically just pull everything. He should go and just attack everyone right now. 2 hits to the goblins, I think. It's not a hotkey for him. That annoys me slightly. There's no 1. Yeah, it does annoy me slightly. And you see he levels up, and he gets some more health and possibly damage. And he has a couple of special attacks too. He also blocks with his shield quite a lot. And he bashes his shield. Like that. I don't think it does anything. Maybe it symbols him leveling up. No, it doesn't. I just checked and he hadn't just leveled up. Anyway, that gets slightly annoying. Another flaw with this game, on mobile, not on PC, I'm viewing this game as much on mobile as I am on PC, so I might as well point it out. Is that with these guys, I think it must be a bug. It can't be anything else. But sometimes you tap where you want to go, and they just start running, just towards the bottom left corner of the map. For no apparent reason. And that's a problem, because it means that you've lost time that they could have been, you know, stopping the attack. I really need these guys right now. So, you know, that's a bug to be noted, but it's not game breaking. That's a nuisance, bashing the shield all the time. So it really just means that he isn't actually attacking the enemy. He's not doing his job. However, you will notice, I'm sure you've noticed, that this guy will pretty much not die on levels like this. He's just at no point going to succumb to an orc. No matter how much shield bashing he does. He's got a very large amount of health. What's this? Command your heroes. Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, spacebar. Spacebar is the hotkey apparently. Yes. That I can confirm. I think spacebar actually does it. So that's useful. Because, you know, who wants to move for a cursor every time you want to do something? God forbid. So, anyway, something else I wanted to point out. Tower defense games, especially good ones, are not common enough. Like, they're good if they're made well, like this, they can be really entertaining to play. Oh, is that level 3? Yes, it was. Look, level 3 has been unlocked. It says now the 150 health to 610 damage. Also shows the respawn rates. I think that's respawn rate. Seems to be. So, you know, they take 10 seconds before a new batch comes about. I also level 3s for those, but I'll probably get bother buying them. Well, I might. What was I saying? Tower defense games. There should be more of them. What this feels like to me is a cross between Epic War, which I hope they recognise as an online kind of flash game. It's one of those free, very not well known developer obviously, made flash games, and Bloons Tower Defense, which is another one. Both of those are, well, Bloons Tower Defense is a tower defense, Epic War isn't really a tower defense. This definitely feels more like Bloons. Ah, bandits. Bandits are a pain. Very high damage. These guys will actually injure the hero. Look at that. Look at that health going down. That was nothing like that before. And they run fast. But yeah, I've quite often seen myself with that second hero. What do you call her? I know her initials are AX, but I can't remember faster that. Basically dying to bandits. And just to bandits. So that's a pain. But it's something you've got to watch out for, and you'll see, you can get his health low enough to actually make it worth showing you that their health does actually regenerate pretty quickly. Look, see that? Give it a few seconds and it'll very rapidly regenerate. See? One burst. Call that early, I get bonus gold. It's great. I like that. It's like, do you dare to face this wave faster? Oh, you do. Good. Good. I will give you rewards for this. I have no idea where the hero is. He's there. It's great. In the midst of the battle, you could say. See, these fully upgraded ones have got much longer range, since he's contributing to this before they even start walking along this pathway. He might even start attacking the ones that are really only going left. Really, that hero over there. Nice, good. As you can see, I'm just calling in more and more reinforcements. So it's a great thing to do. They're free and you get them every 10 seconds. It'd be a pretty bad idea not to be honest. Now, the downside with this particular hero is that he's melee. Now the next one isn't melee. It's best way to categorize it. Range, uses a bow, and that hero does a lot better survivability wise if you can actually convince him to use your ranged attacks. I'm wondering if the towers will hold out here. Possibly not. These guys have got a handle. These guys are pros. I will upgrade both of these. I will upgrade one of them very soon. Right now, so got extra bonus. And you'll see how much better they do. These do considerably better. Fast speeds rather than average, and 10 to 16 damage. So this is kind of the point where we're really coming about even with adept towers. Except of course they're better against shamans and stuff. Alright, you'll see how much faster this guy fires. There you go. However, the sheer damage these ones do just makes it really horrible. Now, it is worth putting, I will say this about every level, it's worth putting some fairly strong footmen up near the exit. Because the chances are at some point we're going to get fairly close at the very least to winning. And this is probably the closest you'll get. These guys at the very least, if they safeguard the exit, they can get in there. Now you see more, we have average speed and armor. Medium armor means that it's more difficult to ignore the fact that the physical towers like the archers aren't going to be doing as much damage. You will really rely on the what do you call them? Mage towers, to do the damage on this one. About one, I'm going to run down here, just let these guys take that bad. I'll get these guys to take that out. Might even call these early, see how much of a bonus I get. 140, I need 160 to upgrade. Oh, I need more things to talk about this game. This game's fantastic, by the way. This game's art style's great. It all looks kind of small on PC. But, I mean, it's great. Runs perfectly. I mean, I know it is a simple game. You wouldn't expect it not to run perfectly, but I've seen worse examples of simple games that run horribly. so you know, it's never out of the question. So you see, oh, that's what I can talk about. More added to this game is that you get a choice. I've never actually encountered one of these choices, but past this point, there is two upgrades. One is the upgrade which I actually have seen. We get an Adept Tower or something, no, Arcane Mage Tower or something like that. And they cost 300 gold, and they do tons of damage, just more than you could imagine at this point. And they have quite a few upgrades. But there's also another one here. I presume you unlock it later. So I will now add one of these to each side, just to strengthen the defense a bit. It's generally a good idea to keep things symmetrical. And if you can't afford to keep it symmetrical, keep the hero on the weak side. But the hero there is valuable, and he adds to the gameplay there with the availability of another tactic, by the fact that you know, you can use him to compensate. Like you can say, well, I kind of want to improve this side. Say I could afford these other upgrades. I was like, I really want to upgrade this, but then I won't be able to afford to fix right side, and it's a bit weak. If you keep the hero on right side, it'll compensate, and obviously the hero is free. So where are we? Wave 13, was that it, or is this it? That was it. Another 3-star victory, and we can go back to the upgrade shop. I think I will do maybe one more battle. Yeah, maybe one more. So you can see I could now spend this to get warriors. Like that would be all of my points right now. Get 2 mage towers, destruction upgrading, increase damage on artillery. One downside of this upgrade screen system, it doesn't tell you by how much. Increases artillery attack, yeah, but what, by 5% increase or by 20% increase? I wouldn't know. So that becomes a problem. However, I do know I absolutely spam these guys, so I'll take them. Now we see, when do I unlock this? Stage 6. Right, so this is number 5. This is a bit more of an interesting level layout. You see, we already get this spawned in, this one here. So, that's great, I guess. I'll spawn in this one. We can upgrade him. Definitely get a couple of mage towers. Artillery and upgrade. Oh, and hero, move him to the start before you fall in the first wave. And of course, absolutely spam those little reinforcements, because on the first levels are sometimes the hardest, because you don't have turrets in place, you don't have a strong defense. So you see those new skins on those guys, they are excellently equipped, 3 to 6 damage and low armor. But that's considerably better than they were before. Now I have seen those upgraded more, but that comes after the next level. I was kinda hoping to be able to show you that now, rather than have to complete another one. I will end it after this level, because this is enough, I'd say, for you to get a good idea of what the game's like, and probably enough of you watching me flawlessly beat it. Now let's just put some of these in there, and I will call my hero to those if ever needed. You see these archers doing a lot, especially because this guy's caught in their fire for so long. Giant spiders. New enemy. Again, more. This is different. These are resistant to magic. And do they spawn little spiders? I can't remember. The spawning enemies is also a different type. See, the artillery did a huge amount more than the magic did. Basically, just leave the hero to kill all these. In fact, spawn in more for the gold bonus. Because I know these guys are going to be dealt with before we actually get there. Hold them up with some extra enemies just to let these guys kill them even easier. How much health have we got? 60? So they're not too difficult. Again, this game really scales the levels. It scales brilliantly. I've almost never seen a game which progresses in difficulty so smoothly. This is just constant, new enemy types. Look, here we go, this is what I was thinking of. Rangers, these are upgraded to 230, this is the choice on the right. Don't know what the one on the left is yet, but I will show you that this episode, that's what I was hoping to show you, and you'll see how much of an improvement it is. 13 to 19 rather than 10 to 16. Okay, it's a bit, but their attack damage goes up very fast. And, in fact, they get upgrades from that. This place is looking like it's going to fall, so I'll send my hero. And some of these. I can't quite afford that. Alright, 230 here. And look how much faster they do. They will probably just rip these guys up completely. Yeah, absolutely. You see, that's the advantage here. The advantage of being able to exploit the level placed ones automatically. So it meant I didn't have to spend hundreds of gold upgrading them to get to this stage, just for 230. Now, Wrath of the Forest, you see, there's always two of these, and they're normally pretty well balanced. One will cost a bit more than the other. Both of them will generally do equal. This does 40 damage every second for 1 second. So, yeah. Poison's enemies dealing 15 damage over 3 seconds. This is slightly more expensive, you can see why. I would hope. And you see how I can upgrade this. What else can I upgrade? Nothing yet. I've not had a lot of money. But I'm coping as well. Through strategy. Isn't that brilliant? Alright, coping, strong word. I genuinely thought they were just about to sprint past. They are. Yep, keep them here. Keep killing them, turrets. And we have enough soldiers. Perfect. Okay, these guys again. They also get more upgrades. They get upgraded to become pretty strong, actually. Get the Holy Order. That's their ultimate upgrade, you could say, before the whole special abilities thing. You can also see each special ability has 3 tiers. I believe that's true for every special ability, but I haven't progressed too far in the game, either on PC or Android. Right, new enemy, Warg. These are basically better versions of the wolf. Which I guess is fine. I mean, if you can't add a completely different enemy each time, so it's fair enough to add better versions, same enemies quite regularly. Not quite regular. Don't just do better versions of the same enemies. That would be terrible. But acceptable in small numbers. Where we are, we have 9 of 15. So I can tell we are going to struggle soon. This guy needs upgrading, and more of these would be invaluable. Just put them there, they defend the exit. Perfect. Putting them there, sure, it defends that point, but putting them here defends all the points. And it means they're always in range with this. Which of course pulls. let's upgrade them too, because these are one of the cheapest upgrades in the game, and it gives them enough extra armor and health that it's really worth it. Because these guys' main purpose isn't to kill enemies. Don't get mistaken about that. They have very low attack power, but they will stop the enemies in their tracks, and your turrets will really wipe them up because the enemies just won't be able to escape them. So anyway, as I was saying about spawning enemies, I believe this is it. Yeah, I can spawn several spiderlings. These are the ones I was thinking of when I thought of giant spiders. These aren't so nice. You see them? The spiderlings, they're spawned in. Thankful for having the upgraded artillery turret. If you didn't have one of those, you would struggle a bit more with spiderlings. Right now I'm not even needing these guys most of the time to deal with them. Next wave, we're on wave 12. High armor. So this guy, you can upgrade him, he would actually be quite an asset. No wait, no, that's high magic resist. I've never noticed that before, but it does actually tell you. I thought it just didn't say the art of magic resist. But I guess each enemy only has one type of armor, magic or armor. So it shows silvery armor pictures as you would expect there, and I guess blue for magic resistance, because blue in video games has come to symbolize mana almost universally now. It's pretty much by tradition. I kinda said it there like it hadn't always, but it has really. No, now's not a good time to do that. $240. See this? This guy's now very, very powerful. Not so much against the spiders, and they're the only things that come out there. In hindsight, that was a big mistake actually. A big waste of gold. That's the kind of experience that's fun to get through playing the game. Because, you know, you find out stuff. Grow up again. It'd be boring if you didn't have to experiment, if you just knew it. Sometimes you don't think. Sometimes you just go, "Ah, this is a good idea because these are powerful." And forget about magic resist. These guys are probably worth upgrading too, because they're good against just about everything really. So their main job is to help the rangers, but we're also good against spiders, I guess. Yeah, we're really good against spiders. But let's plonk down a mage tower here. Very soon, upgrade it. Just come on, get a kill of some description. Kill any of the enemies. There were so many enemies that just weren't going to die from him or any of the other Blitz. It didn't make sense to put barracks and down there. So I will. New enemy, Marauder. So now we basically have the big guy version of the brigand. Let's send the hero down on these guys. So what they got? 600 health, I believe that says. That's a bit difficult to lead. It's not in white on green on mobile, and that's something I'm grateful for. Let's absolutely do it. And now you see how you remember how I said that that bonus to the amount of meteors would start to make a much less significant difference. You probably saw that there, because Marauders just didn't take much damage at all. Anyway, another flawless completion this appears to be. So can't complain. Hurrah! Victory and an achievement. Another thing this game has nice versions of is achievements. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this quote short. Let's look at. You see I've now unlocked a hero. That's another example of progression through the game. I'll let you go and play this if you so wish. As I said, it's available in the Humble Bundle. You have to pay a bit above the average to unlock it, which is currently £3.80 something. But that's here for most of the next 2 weeks. And also there is the game on iPhone and Google Play Store, so you can go and buy it there for $1.60, and I presume you can buy it somewhere else on PC than the Humble Bundle, but you'll have to look into that yourself. I will see you next time, YouTube. Goodbye.